Yo, what up? You already know. Drunk Sports Talk. We're gonna do some post-game, post-Knicks Celtics talk tonight, man. What's going on with you, man? Let me bring the show in the right way, man. Drunk Sports Talk, New York's new number one sports talk show out on these internet streets. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you hanging out with us, and we appreciate that. I was hyped tonight. Oh, by the way, I'm all confused. That's my brother at television, and it's your boy Cash, man. I'm emotionally fucked up right now because I just finished watching the Knicks. Could have squeaked out one, man. But shout out to my man at television. Shout out to my man Q. He's out on vacation, man. Let me get myself together. Ed, by the way, first and foremost, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good, man. I mean, a little disappointed,
Yeah.
but because the Knicks lost their home opener at home and stuff like that. Obviously home opener.
Season opener, yeah.
But hey, I take it. I take what I could get at this point because at least it didn't finish the way it started. Exactly. Go New York, go, baby. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
All day. You know what I mean? At least it didn't fucking finish the way it started. They tried to pull their best. They played way better in the second half. So shit. Besides that, I'm all right, man.
All right, man. There's so much to get into, man. We originally wanted to talk some Giants, Jets, but we're just gonna strictly talk Knicks tonight. We're gonna get into a little bit of quickly contract talk. We're gonna get into a little bit of the Joel Embiid potential trade rumors, a package that they allegedly or supposedly offered the Sixers. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. Me and Ed, we're kind of on different spectrums of that potential deal, but we both have the Knicks' best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? Look, tonight, man, story of the game, in my opinion, one thing was missed free throws.
Oh, my God.
A ton of free throws, man. I thought they came out flat. I don't know if it was nerves. They looked slow. In the first half, they looked slow. They looked undersized.
In the first quarter.
In the first quarter, they looked less talented. They just didn't look as good as the Celtics in the first half, man. They came alive in the second half, obviously. Very physical game. Shout out to Melo. You saw Melo in the front seats. That was dope. First half transition defense wasn't good. They weren't closing out on the shots. They had no answer for Jason Tatum. He was doing what he wanted to. Porzingis was doing what he wanted to. Let me say this about Porzingis before we get into all the Knicks, flaws, man. What a trade by Boston, man. Let's just be honest, man. He is, and we had him. He is truly a unicorn, man. And I'm gonna tell you why. You don't gotta be a genius to know this. One, his height. Crazy match. He's a matchup nightmare. 7'3", right? Two, he can shoot from pretty much anywhere on the floor. That opens the floor up. You see all the people benefiting off the spacing that Porzingis creates. And three, he's a rim protector. I think he had 4 or 5 block shots, and I had a huge block shot on R.J. Barrett in the second half. I think it was the third of the fourth quarter. Stopped the momentum. Had a really big block on Julius Randle in the first or second quarter. I forget what it was. He's a problem. He's a matchup problem, man. And the Celtics on a whole are a matchup problem. You got Tatum and Brown at the 3 and the 4, man. Tatum at the 4. Tatum is like essentially a 2 guard playing the 4 spot. That creates a lot of matchup problems, man. But back to the Knicks. Brunson didn't shoot particularly well. He was getting very good looks. They just weren't dropping for him. A lot of the Knicks shots were contested. They came back in the second half. I mean, we can sit here and read some stats. I'll read some stats in a minute, but they just, every time you thought they were out of it, they scratched their way and clawed back in it. So give them props for that. If there's such thing as a moral victory, I guess you could say this is a moral victory. Thibodeau's teams are historically like that, and the Knicks give you that feeling, that grimy and that grittiness. But they rallied back late in the fourth, despite their lack of size. They were down by 9 at one point in the fourth quarter, I believe, and they came back and they were up by 6. Julius big missed free throw, a couple of big 3-point shots one by Julius, and I think one by was it Brunson? I can't remember. I gotta look through my notes. But DiVincenzo, where were you at, brother?
Oh, that was a horrible home opener for him.
That's what you're here for, man. You're here to space the floor, right? You're supposed to be the 3-point guy, right?
Yep.
I mean, let's chalk this up to nerves. some of the good points were, I thought, and I just finished watching the game, so I don't have all my thoughts together. But some of the good points immediately after the game, and we'll go in and we'll look at a little bit more into it tomorrow, statistically and analytically. But I thought R.J. Barrett had a decent game.
RJ Barrett had a great game, man.
Yeah, I thought he had a great game, and I thought Quickly played really good. You know what I'm saying?
Quickly.
And I'm now that's making me scared. And we'll get into the contract talks. But overall, what is your assessment on their performance tonight, losing the home opener to the Celtics?
Well, you mentioned height. You mentioned height, and we've been
Yeah,
big, especially myself. I've been very big
yeah,
on the height thing. I was surprised that they out rebounded them. 47-41. They out
yeah,
rebounded them in the offensive rebound department,
yeah,
17-7. So
yeah,
that shut me up when it comes to the height. But towards the end of the game, you could see that they were just being out rebounded defensively. That they just couldn't get a defensive rebound for the life of them. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Facts.
I love that Quick came out even with the whole contract extension situation that they didn't reach a deal, so he's a restricted free agent. I love that he came out, had 24, 6, and 4. RJ, as much as I've been bashing RJ to trade him or whatever, he had a great game. He held it down. He had 24, 3, and 2. You mentioned Brunson. Brunson started slow. Randall started horrific. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
Randall had a really bad game. How did I mention that? Damn.
but
Yeah.
they stepped it up in the second half. Randall, he almost had a triple double. He was like a couple assists away from a triple double. With a 14,
What do you have?
11,
14, 11, and what, 6?
and 7.
Yeah, but
And
he
Brunson
shot.
had
What did he shoot from the field? He
oh
shot
he shot
5 for
bad.
22. That's
Yeah,
terrible, man.
yeah, he
You know
was
what
shooting
I'm saying?
terrible. He
He
only had
was
what, like,
cold as ice.
yeah, exactly. In the first half, how much he had? He only had 5. He went 2 for 9 in the
Yeah,
first half. 1 for 3 for
terrible,
3. As a team,
terrible.
they shot 34%.
Yeah,
41 from 3 and 4 turnovers. And those 4. And the thing is that they came out
53% from the free throw line, which is
yeah, for the whole game.
unacceptable, man.
Yeah, man.
Unacceptable, man.
And like you said, Tatum and KP were cooking in the first half
They
alone. They
were
had
cooking.
19 and
Yeah,
15. Ending with
yeah,
34 and 30. Like,
yeah,
how can you beat that? They were caliente tonight. KP was
yeah.
5 for 9 from
Facts.
3. You know what I mean? It made me so upset that I'm like, damn. Like I was saying, yo, the Knicks should target KP this summer, or they should trade for him this summer. You know what I mean? I was advocating for that, but Boston wound up beating up to the punch, and maybe the Knicks had other plans. But overall, it's disappointing. This home opener was a loss, but I'll take that we still have a fighting chance in the East. This is just one game. The Celtics, they bolstered their roster. With Drew Holiday and KP, it showed tonight. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you have like a guy like Brown not having, he had a decent game. 11, 6, and 5.
He had a quiet game.
You
Quiet
know,
game. Yeah.
Holiday too. Holiday for his first game,
Mm-hmm.
9, 4,
Yeah.
and 2. You know what I
Quiet.
mean?
Yeah.
But you can see that this Celtics team is going to be very scary.
Yeah,
The
man.
only thing I see about the Celtics, to get off the Celtics, is that they were notorious of losing leads last season, and it looks like it could probably happen again this year because they had a good lead. They had a good sustainable lead against us, and we just came back roaring. So I'll say shout out to my Knicks. We started 0-1. Or especially at home, losing this game at home, but fuck it, I'll take it. We fought like dogs. We showed that we ate the old school Knicks. They're gonna get smacked by a 20 or 30. If we lose, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose decent.
Yeah, man. I like I said, the free throws told the story of that game, man. If I'm the Knicks, if I'm Thibodeau, they're running laps and they're shooting free throws all practice, next practice.
Hell yeah,
I like Hartenstein though. I want to talk about Hartenstein a little bit, man.
he got fire, man.
He reminds me a little bit of like a old school Bill Lambert, man. He's
Yeah,
just
man.
antagonistic. He's got heart. He's got grit. He's tangled up in every loose ball.
Scrappy, man.
Scrappy, man. Grimes hit a fucking very big 3. Was it a 4-point play? I can't remember.
Yes,
No, it was a 4-point
yes,
play. Yeah,
4-point
Grimes hit
play,
the
man.
4-point play. I was pumped, man. Quickly hit some big shots down the stretch. Am I disappointed? Slightly. But to me, they didn't play their A game and they still had a shot to win it at the end. That tells me that they're a little bit better than we think. Now everyone's gonna go down and dissect the stats. Field goal percentage, we shot 37% from the field, like you said. 18 for 41%. We're 18 for 41. We actually shot decent from 3, 43%, which was encouraging because
the whole game.
It didn't look like that in the beginning. It looked like we were gonna have a terrible night from 3.
Yeah.
We out rebounded them. Right? What is it? Offensive boards. We beat them on offensive glass.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we had a shot to win the game, man. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. We had a shot to win the game. We didn't do it. We missed some key shots down the stretch, some key plays, some key execution. We didn't do, but overall, I mean, for the first game against what people believe are going to be contenders for the NBA chip this year, it's not really. I'm not really super disappointed. Would I have liked to win? Obviously, I would have loved to win.
Of course.
But they showed me some heart tonight. If I gotta find a silver lining in anything, I saw a little bit of heart. I saw a little grit that continues from last year. Julius Randle's not going to shoot this bad every game. The Knicks aren't going to miss Brunson. Yeah, Brunson. Like I said, Brunson had a lot of good looks. They just weren't falling for him.
Exactly.
Not like he was taking bad shots. You know what else stands out for me in this game? We need Embiid.
Oh man,
you know what I'm saying?
You know one thing that surprised me, like looking at the end game stats right now, we beat them in a lot of statistical categories. As bad as we played shooting, as bad as we shot, we had the most second chance points. You know, we made the most 3-pointers. We offensive rebounds, assists, steals. You know what I mean? They have more turnovers than us. You know, so it wasn't as bad as it looked. You know, we just came in horrible, flat-footed in the first quarter. 18 points in the first quarter to the 30. You know, we were playing catch up by then. That when they went up 86-84, when we got the first leads, is from the whole game in the third quarter, I went ecstatic. Was it third quarter or fourth quarter? I was going ballistic. I was like, yo, we really have a good shot. We really have a good shot at this game, man.
Tatum wasn't as loud in the second half as he was in the first. He kind of calmed down a little bit. I think we kind of buckled down a little bit defensively on him. I think Tibbs did make some defensive adjustments, which I thought was great. Mitchell Robinson, Mitchell Robinson's not going to shoot much. What did he have? He had
2 points.
6 boards. We got to be a little bit better than that. How many blocks? 6 boards, 0 blocks. He was in foul trouble. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, Mitchell Robinson.
He couldn't guard KP tonight. He couldn't find. He was flat-footed out there against KP. Hartenstein
did a better job. Actually did a better. Julius Randle -13 when he was on the floor. That's terrible. RJ Barrett +6 when he was on the floor. Like I said, RJ Barrett had a really good game. Shot 40% from 3. I mean 24 points. I saw he had a nice move on a break where he switched it from his left to his right.
Layup, right?
Yeah, that was encouraging because everyone thinks he only goes to his left all the time, him and Julius.
Yeah.
But I was encouraged by what I saw from RJ. The thing with RJ is everyone wants him to be a Tatum or a name another dominant 3 in the league, like a Kawhi or a Paul or whoever, you know what I'm saying?
The Rosen, et cetera, like those kind of guys.
Yeah, and DeRozan, I think I think he's in the ballpark of DeRozan, but like a Tatum, a Paul, a Kawhi, a KD, a Bill, whatever, between the 2 and the 3, you know what I'm saying? And I can name, nothing. Not a lot of people's coming to mind, but we can name 1,000 players right now. I think with him though, honestly, that he is what he is. He's a 20-point per game scorer, right? And if he tightens up his shooting a little bit, he's a serviceable 3. You know what I'm saying? A serviceable third option on the team, and I don't think he's ever going to be that guy. He's been in what is this, his 5th year?
I think it's 5th year. Yes, he got drafted 2019.
So he is who he is at this point. You know what I'm saying? So let's stop expecting. We keep saying, "Oh, is he gonna make the leap this year?" No, I think them days that ship has sailed. I think he is who he is. Randall is who he is. Now we need to get a big dog in here for Brunson, man.